My son is 16 chronologically. Developmentally, he's anywhere between 3 and 36 months, which means he requires direct, hands-on, 24-hour support for all activities of daily living.
Shauna Bennett's son Isaac is among 1 to 3% of children in BC living with medical complexity, a group that relies on specialized care. But many of those services have been cut since the pandemic, leaving many parents to care for their special needs children without supports. It's why a team at UBC is now collecting data about their experiences.
Families who are already just focused on survival, we've been kind of thrown into the fire.
The Bennett family is among those part of the study that launched online this week.
As they lost staffing supports, parents became more and more responsible for care. They typically were staying inside their homes because of the high risk to kids to being outside because they're so immunocompromised.
The lead researcher of the study says with just weeks left before the new school year, these families have been left out of the conversation.
Parents are waiting to hear from their schools, from their healthcare providers, what that will look like. And at this point, they don't really know. And it's a really hard decision when you have a child who is so high risk, even at typical times. The concerns around sending them back into a school environment are even heightened.
The classroom had been renovated, the equipment had been bought, we had had all the meetings, and 2 weeks before we were ready to go, the pandemic was declared, and everything just stopped. And there's grief right now to think that how different his future could have been.
So far, over 150 people have filled out the online questionnaire with a closing date of August 28th. The lead researcher hopes to provide the government with some preliminary findings by mid-September.
We know the urgency. This isn't a study that can take months and months and months.
There's a lot of fear.
Bennett says she's hopeful it will shed light on the lack of supports and on the improvements urgently needed. In Vancouver, Isabel Regem, City News.